Up next, we have Spitshine Poetry. They are a nationally ranked poetry team here at UT, and they're going to come up and say a little bit more about themselves before they start performing. So give them a round of applause.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Awesome. Alright, so me and my teammate Josh Nguyen, I'm Jasmine by the way. Me and my teammate Josh Nguyen are gonna do some poems for you guys. I remember the lies I was told as a child. Of course, I didn't know they were lies then, because children are born wet and believing, but for me, the wetness never left. When I was in the 4th grade, my teacher, Miss Stewart, told me that mountains lay in my pen, or oceans, or deserts, or any number of cliches, and I stood in front of my class, wearing that pink hat, that pink skirt, that kitty cat shirt, and read my first real poems. I wrote about being a child. I wrote the fruit back onto trees. I thought rhyming was the shit, and I'm convinced I found every word that has ever rhymed with kite. And my teacher took me out to dinner. We ate squid and beef, and she told me my words would do great things one day. And I believed her, because I never told him to stop. And all my friends said that it wasn't my fault, that I was 8 years old and drugged and tired from surgery, but for years I thought if I had just said no, no would have made all the difference, and maybe I wouldn't be so wet all the time. Then, I was in the bathroom of an Amy's ice cream, hair all curled because I was going to be in a show. He told me I looked beautiful. I beamed like some bright thing, and he began to touch me again. And that was when I knew Miss Stewart was a liar, because I said no, and it meant nothing. He wrestled me to the ground anyways, and I was all out of literary devices. I could say it was like drowning, that it was the same kind of breathlessness. I could say it was like having all of your organs taken out, licked clean, then returned to their coffins. I could say it was like being eaten by the thing you loved. I could say. But really, it was my entire backside being cold from the bathroom tile. Really, it was his sweat dripping into my eyes, my legs, my curled hair. Really, it was him pretending to ignore the knock on the door. Really, it was me trying to believe I liked it. Really, it was me deciding on the floor that I would lie to him tomorrow, tell him that I wanted all this wet. Really, it was me knowing that this was just the first of many pleas he would bury. Really, it was me learning that I should never have faith in words.
My earliest memory of hands were my grandma's. Brittle, remnant of a country torn into, tracing the lifelines of my palm, but never telling my fortune, never telling my shortcomings. And I still don't know what would happen with me. The next hand was moist, my 2nd grade crush. I placed my hand on her shoulder, this being what one would call my mood. And the top of my head became kiddie pool. Strand of drool lifted from my pillow. Boxer stuck to shorts after gym. This flood of contact. This release of potty tension. This is when I discovered sweaty palms. And this is when I wasn't ready for love. The next hand was a spider up my shirt and down my back, over my boxers. I was cobwebbed in 5th grade. She, 3 years older, taught me submission, to relax, to breathe as she sat on my chest. Her garlic tongue burned my mouth, impressing her teeth into my ear, smothered my mouth with her feet. And this is when I discovered that souls were dirty. This is when I found the floor an unsettling place. This is my mouth too full to ask for help. The next hand told me to strip, bathe me, as steam from the hot stones fogged my glasses, filled the massage room with unripened jackfruit, extolled my 13-year-old body, rummaged the bathwater to find the extra tip. Her nails broke contact first, coerced my heaving chest with Vietnamese eulogies, whispered it will be okay and I won't hurt you. This is when I discovered Desperate Times. My father's friend told me I should have liked it. They're called happy endings for a reason. And this is when I discovered Desperate Times. And this, when your body is too pruned to make it easier to not slip. The next hand pretended to listen to a 14-year-old me. The next hand was 19 hunting, ripped each article of clothing to each secret I spilled, told me that I wanted it, that her mouth could solve everything, the quivering of my thighs to her lips, told me to lay still because she could rape me if she wanted to. And this is the hollow after the orgasm. This is where laying naked is overrated, too hot and uncomfortable. This is me sprawled adjacent to the cold wall. But these last hands are daffodils. These hands know delicate. Know the baggage circling the carousel, suppressed behind rubber appendages and unwanted affection. These hands show patience, understanding, no judgment, teaches me consent, holds my hands against her heart. And this is where my lifelines are still cracked, where the cracks stream blood and wrinkle, where I still don't know what will come of me, and where my grandmother was afraid to tell my shortcomings. But I am better now, but I am held now. So yeah, we are Spitshine Poetry. If you're interested in writing workshops or whatnot, we meet every Thursday at 7 p.m. Wagner 201. We have our monthly open mic next Wednesday in the Black Box at 7, and then in April 6th through 9th, we'll see a bunch of poets coming here for nationals. We'll be competing there too. So thank you for having us, Joshua, Jasmine. This will be our last poem.
At the intersection of Runberg and I-35, there's a motel.
At the corner of Brantford Park and Highland Oak, there's a house.
This is where the haunting occurred.
And my friend's mother turned her head away.
The motel is beat up, and every time I pass by, I see your red face, shouting the fear back into me like sweat reversed, salt burrowing back into the pore. I have to drive at least 1 mile away before I can stop.
You know the songs you're afraid will play in the car. My first ghost wore bed sheets, tore holes in my eyes, stuffed cunt in my mouth, never called
statutory rape. This ghost taught me what it was to have sex. I never thought his sense of entitlement would be a problem until he felt entitled to my body, took it for himself more times than I can count, and rape became the word within me, echoing but never spoken.
UC Berkeley was the second time. Black nails ripping my thighs apart, took advantage of my young body, stepped tongue in my blood, wrote curses beneath the blisters in my mouth.
Every time I drive by the Amy's on 6th, I can smell it. My body beneath yours, the dust from the floor, the sweat from my forehead, and the no from my lips mixed together. I had to buy Febreze for my air vents to keep my gag reflex at bay. You know the songs you're afraid will play in the car, the songs you only hum to yourself in the dark. Well, a song plays, fills the car with a bloody animal.
Flies swarm through the AC vents. Curtains of the house swing open to find a familiar ghost with their hands, ready to snatch me again. Ghosts don't ask for consent.
Some stains come off with a wet wipe.
Ghosts don't understand what no means.
Some stains stay in the rug for years.
Ghosts take silence as yes.
Some stains seep into the earth, and all the trees wither from the desecrated soil. My ghosts are everywhere. 6th Street,
The Manila,
8th Street,
San Francisco,
Metric Boulevard,
Aldrich Drive,
Merrilltown Road,
under bunk beds,
in the smell of cigarettes,
on Mango Tree,
rock music,
bloody phlegm,
wildflowers,
slumber parties,
whispers,
judgments,
enclosed spaces,
the ghosts share my shoulder,
warps my plea into shame,
bruises my knees while praying.
You know the songs you're afraid will play in the car. Well, those aren't the only songs.
You can have the hook and a dead dog that drags. I will have my howl in the moon before morning.
You can have the stench and the vermin it attracts. I will have my teary eyes and the ocean I create with them. My ghost can't haunt all of me.
I will have my cheap sushi.
I will have my ice cream.
My puns.
My doodles.
My roastka.
My Taiwan.
My tenacious sister.
My adorable mama. My body. My friends. My future. Mine. Mine. Mine.